So it's the 25th of December, so yes, it is Christmas, and we're taking the pod out. So before I got my caravan, I went on a towing course. Now this isn't a legal requirement for my setup because my van is small and my caravan is small. I didn't have to do a towing course at all. I could have just bought the caravan and off I went. But because at this point I hadn't even touched a caravan, I thought going on a towing course would be a sensible thing to do. And it was. I went on a full day's course and I learnt so much. Now within the course you do reversing. However, because there's so much to cover in one day, you probably only spend about 2 hours on the reversing module. Now, since I got my caravan, I've always wanted to practice my reversing, but I've never managed to find a suitable area for me to do so. However, because today is Christmas, all the supermarkets are shut. So therefore, I'm taking this opportunity and we're going to Sainsbury's for me to be able to practice my reversing. This is the only opportunity I've had since I bought my caravan. Now, when watching this, please remember that I am new to towing, and therefore I lack experience and practice. This footage is of me practicing. It's definitely not perfection, but this is the only way that I'm going to learn and improve. We all start somewhere. And lastly, I am well aware that Winston is the star of my YouTube videos, so here's a little clip of him. But now that you've had your Winston fix, let's crack on with the reversing. Okay, so we're first going to try a straight line reverse. Literally what it says on the tin, we're trying reverse in a straight line. Now when I was doing my towing course, I was actually really good at this. I did it twice and both times nailed it. What the instructor said was have the steering wheel straight, one hand at the top, and then look in the mirrors, and whichever mirror the caravan starts to move into, so if it starts to move into my left mirror, I then steer slightly left to straighten it back up again. And then by reversing in a steady speed and moving slightly and just keeping an eye on your mirrors, should be able to keep it straight. Now, I've not actually reversed this caravan more than a few feet, so I don't know if I'll be able to nail the straight line reverse this time, and I have been told that smaller caravans are more difficult to reverse because they react quicker, and the one that I used on my towing course was a bit bigger. So let's see how we get on. Okay, so as you can see, this is very slow. But I was told to keep it to a walking pace, especially because I'm still very inexperienced at this. I think the main goal is just to make sure I'm straight, and then as I get better at it, then I can start to increase the speed of the reverse. But I suppose as long as I'm going backwards and I'm going in a straight line, then I'm happy with this. I actually did this twice and I managed to reverse almost like the whole length of the Sainsbury's car park, keeping it straight. Now it does look like my steering wheel is moving quite a lot, and it's because the caravan kept coming over to the left of me, so I was having to really try and correct it up to keep it straight. Now what I would like to be able to do in the future is possibly start on a bend and then reverse to straighten it out and then reverse in a straight line. So that's something for me to practice in the future. Okay, so now we're going to try the actual reverse around the corner, which is when you need to put your caravan into a pitch on the campsite. Now, I do find this very difficult, especially with a small caravan. So what I'm going to try is I'm going to pick 4 car parking spaces to create like a square, and I need to put the caravan in that square. Now, it sounds quite simple that if I want the caravan to go that way, I've got to steer that way, but it feels really alien. And when you're doing it, because the car is moving in a different way, it does feel really wrong. So yeah, let's give it a go and see how I get on. So here's my housemate demonstrating the space I want it into. So those 4 are there. Nice big spot to start off with, and then we'll reduce it as I get better. But that's where we're aiming for. just want to point out as well that although I've got all this space, I only want to reverse using this part because this is kind of like a road's width. I'm never going to have all of that. And if I'm on a campsite, all that side there is going to have caravans in. So I can't keep driving into that to then reverse over here. So I'm trying just to use the road, if that makes sense. Okay, so I'm really struggling here. So one thing that I'm finding is that I can get it kind of where I need it to go to, but then I feel that if I keep steering in that direction, I'm going to jackknife it, even though I need the caravan to keep going in that direction, and I need to keep steering in the other direction. I feel as though it's just going to lead to a jackknife, even though it's putting the caravan where I want it to go. If that makes sense? I don't know. So I brought out the instructions that I actually got given on my towing course, and it says to make it bend, then steer one turn away from where you want the caravan to go, and then once the caravan reaches your reference point over your shoulder, start steering towards it again. Go back as far as you can, then pull forward to straighten out. So I think what I need to do is, if I want the back end to go that way, steer that way until I get it in line with where I need it to go. Then need to steer back in the other direction, and then once it's kind of there, drive forwards and then pull back. I think. Let's try that. My housemate started to get a little bit creative with the camera shots. Okay, so we kind of got it in the square. I mean, that's a big square, but it's kind of like a pitch. That's what you would expect a pitch to be. And my caravan's nice and light that once I get it there, I could just unhitch that and straighten it up. And also I've got the motor mover as well, which is what I've been using up to now. But let's try again. I'm going to go around again, try and get it in that square again. I would like to be able to get it into just one of these bays, but I don't know whether I'm pushing that. That might take a bit more experience. But yeah, let's go try again. So I did just say that I wanted to get it into one of these bays. So can we please just pretend that that is what I meant to do? I'm technically meant to be in this, hang on, this big 4 square here, but I ended up over there. So I was just thinking to my housemate, I probably need to pull a little bit more forward before I started reversing, and then I would have been in the middle. Now, let's see if I can get it purposely into one of these little squares, and then we'll try and do it in the other direction. At the moment, I'm cheating a little bit because I'm hanging my head out the window, where when I reverse in the other direction, I won't have that luxury. So, yeah, let's see. I'm just going to try and set this one up in here so you can see what I'm doing. Right, let's straight line reverse it. Right, stop there. Right, now I think I am actually miles away from it, but I might just try one round. Because every time I think I'm there, I'm over it by a metre. So let's try it feeling too far away. So reverse, one away. Need to stop sticking my head out the window. It's not good practice. Oh! Oh! Don't know what that noise was. And then start steering towards it. Nice and steady. Oh, she's going. She's going. I might be a little over the line, but I might be able to live with that. She's going. She's going. I need to stop looking over my shoulder and lose my voice. Oh. Now pull forwards. Technically I'm in someone else's caravan bay now. Now backwards. Yeah. No, okay. Forwards. Oh, and now I think I can get away with doing a straight line reverse. Oh, I need to go that way. She's in. Friggin' in. Yes. Let's go look. She's in, isn't she? She's friggin' in. She's in. Okay, so that probably wasn't the most elegant reversing, and it certainly wasn't in one manoeuvre, but she's in. That was the one you were stood in, wasn't it? Yes. So she's in. Okay, so now we just got to try and do it in the other direction, which is going to be harder because I can't see the back end. I lose them through my mirrors. Yeah, so let's see. Another very creative camera shot. So on this clip, it looks as though I'm trying to get my caravan into that bay. But I'm actually not. I'm trying to get my caravan into a big 4 square pitch. So actually that bay, the one to the right of it, and then the 2 behind it as well. So if anything, I've really undershot it and I'm too close to that white line. We're in! Kind of. More over that side. But that's fine. On a pitch, I would park on one side of the pitch and then put my van on the other side of the pitch. So technically I did it. Okay, so let's try and do this purposely now. So the reason why I missed out those attempts is because they are painful and we would be here all day. The problem that I was having was as soon as the caravan started to turn, and when I got to about this point here, I couldn't see the caravan wheel anymore. So I didn't know which way it was going, I couldn't see what was happening behind me, which then meant I was frequently getting in and out of the van to try and see where the caravan is. And then when I got back in the van, I didn't know which direction my wheels were in, so that meant I had to drive forward again to straighten my wheels to then reverse again. This just resulted in a lot of back and forward. So I definitely still need some practice reversing, but today has been very helpful and I do feel better at reversing from today. Very confident reversing in a straight line. I'm okay reversing around a corner to the right, not so great reversing around the corner to the left. I feel as though as soon as I lose sight of the caravan or the wheels or the place where I need to put the caravan, like the markers on the floor, then I just don't know what to do. If any experienced towers have got any tips for me on that, please let me know in the comments below. Is it just the case that I need to get out and adjust my mirrors for that? I mean, it would be a pain to have to do that every single time, but you know, if that's what needs to be done, that's what needs to be done. So yeah, any experienced towers, please give me some tips for reversing around a corner to the left. But that is my practice done for the day. I'm now going to go home and enjoy the rest of Christmas. We are actually off on an adventure tomorrow, so yeah, I also need to pack the caravan because we're actually going away now. But thank you very much for watching this video. Any helpful comments, please put them below, and I will speak to you later. Thanks for watching.